Now, that same day, two of Jesus' disciples were walking on the way to Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. And as they walk along, they were talking about everything that had happened. As they walk and talk about these things, Jesus himself came and began walking with them. But God kept them from recognizing him. So Jesus asked, "What are you discussing so intently as you walk along?" They stopped with sadness all over their faces. And one of them, Cleopas, said, "You must certainly be the only person in the whole of Jerusalem that is a stranger to everything that has been happening this past few days. Where have you been? I mean, where are you from?" And Jesus asked, and Jesus said, what things? What things? What things? The things that happened to what do you mean what things? Where are you from? The things that happened to the man, his name is Jesus. He was a prophet from Nazareth. He did powerful miracles, incredible wisdom from God. Everyone knew he was from God. We knew that. Our leading priest and other religious leaders handed it over and they condemned him to death. We had hope. He was the Messiah, Al-Masih, who had come to rescue Israel. This happened about 3 days ago. Now today, some of the group of the women of our disciples went to his tomb and came back with amazing report. And they said that Jesus was alive, that they had seen angels. They had seen some people with angels. And that they had seen angels who told them that Jesus was alive. Can you imagine that? Well, some of our men ran there to the tomb, and it was just as the women said. But his body, they did not find. His body, they could not find. And Jesus said to them, "Fools, you find it so hard to believe everything that the prophets have written. Wasn't it clearly predicted that the Messiah have to suffer all these things before entering his glory?" Then Jesus took them through the writings of Moses, the prophets, the Psalms, and from all the scriptures, revealing his own self to them. And now by this time they were approaching Emmaus, and Jesus behaved as if he was going on ahead. But they restrained him and said, no, stay the night with us. Well, since it's getting late. And Jesus went in. Now as they sat down to eat, Jesus took the bread and he broke it and handed it over to them. At that time, they recognized him. And at that very moment, he disappeared. He disappeared. And they said to each other, no wonder my heart almost beat off my chest. No wonder. I was feeling it. It was going as he was talking with us and we were walking away. Wow, yeah, no wonder. And at that same moment, boom, they were back again into Jerusalem. And they met the other apostles who told them, Jesus has really risen. He appeared to Peter. But those from Emmaus told them their story, how Jesus had walked with them on the way and how they had recognized him as he was breaking the bread. Now, while they were still saying these things, Jesus was suddenly standing in the room in their midst. And he said to them, Shalom. Everyone was terrified, thinking. They were saying, a ghost, a ghost. And Jesus said to them, why are you afraid? And why are your hearts so filled with doubts? Look at my hands. Look at my feet. And you can really see that it is I. For ghosts don't have bodies like you see that I do. As he talked with them, he showed them his hands. Still, they were trembling, filled with fear and wonder. Jesus said to them, do you have anything here to eat? And they gave him a piece of boiled fish. And Jesus ate it as they all watched. And he said to them, it is written that the Messiah will have to suffer in the hands of sinful people. They will be killed, but on the third day he will rise again from the dead. It is also written that this gospel will be proclaimed in the power of his name to all nations. As a witness, there is forgiveness for anyone who believes. You are witnesses to these things. Now go into all the world and preach the good news to everyone, and anyone who believes and is baptized will be saved. But anyone who refuses to believe stands condemned. And behold, I will be with you always to the very end. And then Jesus took them to Bethany and lifting up his hands, he blessed them. Shalom. 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 Shalom, Adonai. As he was blessing them, he was taken up into heaven. And they saw him go up through the clouds. Now, as they stood there and strained to see him go up through the clouds into heaven, suddenly 2 men appeared unto them in white apparel and said, men of Galilee, why do you stand here and strain into heaven? This Jesus whom you see go up from you into heaven will return in the very same way you saw him go up. Then the apostles returned to Jerusalem and spent their time praising God. Hallelujah. May the Lord's shalom abide in your heart, in your spirit, in your soul, in your life. And may you be forever resurrected by the power of Yeshua's resurrection. May everything that was dead come to life, that is of God. May everything that was not of God be dead for good. And may the glory of Yahweh himself and the shalom of the Almighty abound in your life, in your family, in the ministry to which he has called you. The Lord bless you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. Amen.